Peter Irvine, who's the co-host of the International Sports Report. How you doing, man?
Great. I cannot believe how many oldies I've met in the hallway there. And they're still breathing.
Is it? Barely.
Holy mackerel.
Is that what happens at SiriusXM? We get all the old radio vets?
Oh, boy. I could go back, I'm guessing now, about 12 years. 13 years ago, actually, in November, is when we went to another radio station and said, we got an idea. We want all these ethnics to know about their different sports, whether it be cricket, F1, yachting, boxing, soccer, of course, or football, rugby. I could go on and on and on. And golf, of course. I missed out golf. Great times. And they said, you know what? You're kidding us. Anyway, the first year was a disaster. Then the head of production came in, programming, and said, I'm going to lose my bleeding shirt on this. He was trying to imitate the English accent. And he says, I got to fire you guys. And we said, well, okay. He says, got one more week. So we went on that week, and I go, holy mackerel, it didn't work out. I used to lose about 3 pounds of sweat when you went in. You know, things didn't go perfectly well for us.
Sure.
And out the blue, he comes back, he goes, you got a year. Get your act together. And 13 years later, we're celebrating. It's amazing.
Congrats to you. Let me give you a little.
Thank you.
It's a very fickle industry, and then to try and it's as volatile as it is, to create something new makes it even tougher. But as we all know, it's never the first year. It's never the second year. It's like year 3 or 4 with any business. I don't care if it's radio or if it's a product you're releasing. You need time for a fan base to stick with you. And I think if you prove consistency, if you prove some intelligence, and of course entertainment in this world, people are going to love it. And that's what's happened in your case. And it's inspirational.
Well, actually, Todd, that's a good point indeed, because Lindsay, co-host, he's from New Zealand originally, and then he lived in Australia, and there's a little mixture there. And even I have to translate at times for him, because I don't know where he's coming from, but we've been together about, say, 13 years.
You guys ever butt heads?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One day I'll write a book. We have an understanding now in the business. Never piss anybody off. Can I say that?
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Never piss anybody off before you go on air. You got a little problem, you better do it after. And we understand that, being professionals now. We'll go, hey, okay, time out. We'll do it after.
Let's just get this. Let's get through it. Let's have a great show today, and then let's air our beef after the program here.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, you never do it on air. That'd be some great. I mean, you old.
It has happened. Yeah. Lindsay's walked out once, and I'm going.
I'm left
alone.
Well,
folks, I think he's gone for a coffee. And then we, obviously, our producer in those days bailed us out. We went to a commercial break.
This FIFA soccer, I got to tell you, has engaged everyone to the point of like, how the hell can these extraordinarily powerful men exploit such a situation, take these payoffs, and now all of a sudden they're paying for it? Karma has caught up to them. What is going on, Peter?
Todd, money. Money talks. Money corrupts. There's no question. 150 million in, was it a 10-year span?
Wow.
I mean, somebody's got to sign those checks. Somebody's got to push the money to the Bahamas, to Switzerland, or wherever may be, right? So there, Mr. Blatter, and I've interviewed him twice.
Sepp Blatter, right?
He is a distasteful person to interview. Very arrogant, but a very smart, clever guy until recently. And I remember the last time he came into town, Sepp Blatter, I was doing it for Global TV. Jim Taddy, we all know Jim Taddy.
Of course.
And did the interview, came out, and then Michel Platini was there. He's now the president of UEFA there in the Europe. I remember, I'm just trying to go back now, I remember him when I was interviewing Michel Platini. I said, you had such a distinguished career for France and Juventus as a player. I said, have you ever considered after football to be the president of FIFA? There was this silent pause. He leans over and he goes, no comment. And that was the day I thought, hey, the rift had started between Sepp Blatter and Michel Platini. Whether Platini will take the FIFA job now, I'm not sure, because remember, you've got 14 allegations there with guys taking money, bribes, whatever you want to call it.
14 different people.
Yep, there's going to be more, obviously, because it's money laundering. Then you look at it. you've got to come all the way down and clear everybody out that's cancerous, because that's what it is. And just recently, I think
I feel like you're going to completely start over. Like whether you were guilty or not guilty, you just got to wipe the slate clean, as they say. Maybe
absolutely
start fresh. Yeah. You got to almost have people monitoring it as well. Not only just a new organization, but people above the organization. That then there's full transparency, full disclosure on everything that they do.
Yep, absolutely. But you got to consider this is going to take 2-3 years to go all the way through. Now, what happens now? We've got Russia coming up with the World Cup. Qatar paid off, got the World Cup.
That's a very scary situation.
They don't have any football there. They don't have any organized leagues. What the hell's going on?
Well, and the harsh conditions. Sorry, Peter, to interrupt you, but the harsh conditions. I hear that these there's people dying building the stadiums and building all this stuff. Yeah. It's tragic as well.
It's 1.5 per week deaths right now in Qatar, and the conditions that they're living in it's inexcusable. I mean, here FIFA doesn't know what's going on. Oh boy.
Interesting.
I gotta ask Peter, can FIFA recover? It was the corruption so bad that the FBI caught one of the FIFA executives keeping a condo inside the Trump Towers specifically and exclusively for his pet cat. That's a real thing. God. He had a condo for his cat in the Trump Towers. That's how big and terrible the corruption is. Can they fully recover from this ever?
No. I mean, just to annihilate all the cancerous situation there, you're still going to have England, you're still going to have Germany, you're still going to have France and Italy, and Brazil is being investigated as well for a little corruption from FIFA. So you're still going to have that doubt. I mean, are they squeaky clean? We don't know until something gray happens and you go, wow.
Hey, I'm Jay Brody. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a comment. We read the best ones on the air.